Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Hello Children. In this video, we will study the poem Mending Wall, poet Robert Frost. Robert Frost was born in San Francisco. He is the one of the country's best loved poets. Despite the surface cheerfulness and descriptive accuracy of his poems, he often presents a dark, sober vision of life, and there is decidedly thoughtful quality to his work. A popular and oft quoted poet, Frost has honored frequently during his lifetime, receiving 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. Something there is that doesn't love a wall, that sends the frozen ground swell under it, and spills the upper boulders in the sun, and makes gaps even two can pass abreast. The work of hunters is another thing. I have come after them and made repair, where they have left not one stone on a stone. But they would have the rabbit out of hiding to please the yelping dogs. The gaps, I mean. No one has seen them made or heard them made. But at spring mending time, we find them there. In these lines, the poet says there is some force that doesn't like walls. It causes the frozen ground to swell underneath the wall, and the wall's upper stones then topple off in the warmth of the sun. This creates gaps in the wall so big that two people could walk through them side by side. And then there are the hunters who take apart the wall. That is something different. The poet often has to come and fix the spots where hunters haven't left a single stone in place, as they tried to flush out the rabbits that hide in the wall in order to make their barking dogs happy. No one has seen or heard these gaps in the wall being made. They just find them there in the spring. I let my neighbor know beyond the hill, and on a day we meet to walk the line and set the wall between us once again. We keep the wall between us as we go. To each the boulders that have fallen to each, and some are loaves and some so nearly balls. We have to use a spell to make them balance. Stay where you are until our backs are turned. We wear our fingers rough with handling them. The poet says here he reaches out to his neighbor who lives over a hill to fix the wall, and they find a day to get together and walk along the wall fixing these gaps as they go. Poet walks on his side of the wall and his neighbor on his side, and they deal only with whatever rocks have fallen off the wall on their side of it. Some of them look like loaves of bread, and some are round like balls. So they pray and say to the stones to not to move until they are gone. The poet says the fingers get chopped from picking up the rocks. Oh, just another kind of outdoor game. One on a side, it comes to little more. There, where it is, we do not need the wall. He is all pine, and I am apple orchard. My apple trees will never get across and eat the cones under his pines. I tell him. He only says, good fences make good neighbors. Spring is the mischief in me, and I wonder if I could put a notion in his head. In these lines, the poet says it is just another outside activity, each of them on their side of the wall, nothing more. There is no need for a wall to be there. On the poet's neighbor's side of the wall, there is nothing but pine trees, and poet's side is an apple orchard. It is not like poet's apple trees are going to cross the wall and eat his neighbor's pine cones. But his neighbor just responds. Good fences are necessary to have good neighbors. Since it is spring and poet feels mischievous, poet wonders if he could make his neighbor to ask himself, why do they make good neighbors? Isn't it where there are cows? But here there are no cows. Before I built a wall, I would ask to know what I was walling in or walling out, and to whom I was like to give offense. Something there is that doesn't love a wall. To want it down, I could say else to him. But it's not else exactly, and I would rather. He said it for himself. I see him there, bringing a stone grasped firmly by the top in each hand, like an old stone savage armed. In these lines, the poet feels if he could make his neighbor to ask himself why the walls are necessary, whether his neighbor is trying to keep cows out of his fields, but there are no cows. The poet says that if he had to build a wall, he would think what he has to keep in or and out, and who was going to be offended by this. There is some force that doesn't love a wall, that wants to pull it down. The poet could propose that elves are responsible for the gaps in the wall, but it is not exactly elves, and the poet wants his neighbor to figure it out on his own. He sees him lifting up stones, grasping them firmly by the top in each hand like an ancient warrior. He moves in darkness, as it seems to me, not of woods only and the shade of trees. He will not go behind his father's saying, and he likes having thought of it so well. He says again, good fences make good neighbors. The poet's neighbor moves in a deep darkness, not just the darkness of the woods or the trees above. He does not want to think beyond his set idea about the world, and he likes having articulated this idea so clearly. So he says it again, good fences are necessary to have good neighbors. Mending Wall is a poem about borders, the work it takes to maintain them, and the way they shape human interactions. The speaker and the speaker's neighbor spend much of the poem rebuilding a wall that divides their properties. As they do so, they debate the function of the wall and how it affects their relationship. The speaker suggests that the wall is unnecessary, both practically and politically. Poet thinks walls exclude people and injures harmonious relationship. But the neighbor argues that wall actually improve relationship because they allow people to treat each other fairly and prevent conflict. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.